Ewúrẹ́ tó ń rẹ́rìn-ín sí kìnìún, ò mọ̀ pé ikú ń bọ̀. The goat that laughs at the leopard does not know that death is coming. There's a kind of laughter that isn't joy. It's ego. A prideful chuckle. A mocking voice that speaks not from confidence, but from ignorance. And when we mock what we don't understand, when we play with fire, thinking we won't get burned, it is only a matter of time before consequences arrive. Ifa teaches through this proverb that those who taunt destiny may not see the claw until it's too late. Tonight's story is about a boy named Taye, whose pride was louder than his prayers, until one day the leopard stopped playing. Before we enter this powerful story, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay connected to Ifa Wisdom Tales. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Ifa Wisdom Tales for ancestral teachings that awaken the soul and guide you. This proverb warns against those who mistake arrogance for strength, who disrespect warnings and mock what others fear. The leopard in this story is not just an animal. It represents life consequences, unseen dangers, and divine correction. Let us return to the sacred Iroko tree, where Orunmila gathers the children once again. Tonight, he looks into the eyes of a boy who often speaks out of turn and says, "Let me tell you a story about the goat who thought himself too clever to die." In the bustling village of Iyofoworogi lived a teenage boy named Taye. He was tall, quick-tongued, and clever, but dangerously full of himself. He mocked tradition. He laughed at old teachings. He refused to kneel at the shrines and joked about the Orisha. One day, while standing in the market, he pointed at a leopard skin drum used by the priest of Oya and said, "Look, our great spirits need animals to speak for them. I fear no leopard and no ghost hiding behind it." An elder warned, "Taye, be careful. Words, like stones, cannot be caught once thrown." He grinned, then let them hit. That night, Taye had a dream. He stood in a forest. In the distance, a leopard watched him. Its eyes glowed. It didn't move. It didn't chase. It simply watched. And the voice whispered, "Do not laugh at what you do not understand." He woke up shaken. But by morning, the arrogance returned. "Just a dream," he scoffed. "Even the spirit must be bored." Soon, he began daring the Orisha. He mocked initiates, imitated sacred chants. He even wore white and stood outside the temple gate yelling, "Come get me if you dare." The Babalawo consulted Ifa, the Odù that fell. Osa Meji rose. The one who mocks power will soon kneel before it. The elders warned him again, but Taye laughed louder. "I am the goat who does not run. I will stare down the leopard and still chew grass." 3 nights later, the village held a festival to honor Oya and the spirit of the whirlwind. Taye stood on the outer path, arms crossed, watching dancers swirl like smoke. Suddenly, the wind changed. The drums shifted. A black shape moved at the edge of the forest, a low growl. Then, a leopard stepped into the clearing. But it was not just a leopard. Its eyes burned with lightning. Its fur shimmered with ancestral symbols. It was the spirit of consequence, Oya's messenger. Justice wrapped in claws. The village fell silent. Taye backed away. "It's a trick," he shouted, but no one moved. He turned to run, but his feet sank into the earth, heavy like iron. The leopard leapt, not to kill, but to bark. With one swipe, a deep clawed scar crossed his chest. The beast vanished. Taye collapsed. I woke in the shrine of Obatala, weeping. "I mocked what I didn't understand," he whispered. The elders surrounded him, the scar still fresh. "You are alive," said the Babalawo, "but you have been marked, not for death, but for remembrance." Taye no longer spoke loudly. He became quiet, reflective. He asked to study the Odus, to sweep the shrine, to pour water for Ishu. And every year during the festival of Oya, he sat silently, hand over his scar, and whispered, "I remember." Back under the Iroko tree, Orunmila looks at the children and says, "Ewúrẹ́ tó ń rẹ́rìn-ín sí kìnìún, ò mọ̀ pé ikú ń bọ̀." The goat that laughs at the leopard does not know that death is coming. This isn't just about animals, it's about us. It teaches, never mock sacred things. Don't confuse silence with weakness. And know that spirit doesn't always speak. It waits and then it moves. When we grow too proud to listen, the leopard doesn't need to hunt. It simply shows up and our laughter turns to silence. To you listening, have you ignored warnings from your dreams, elders or worry? Have you laughed at traditions because you don't yet understand them? Have you dared spirits, thinking nothing will happen? This proverb is your warning and your invitation to return, to humble yourself, to respect what is sacred, even if it doesn't make sense to you yet. Ask yourself, where have I let pride close my ears? What parts of life have I mocked to hide my fear of them? Where must I now bow instead of boast? There is still time. The scar doesn't have to be painful. It can be powerful if you learn from it. Taye's greatest lesson was not in being attacked. It was in realizing that not everything in life can be challenged. Some things must simply be respected. Osa Meji and Irusun do not warn because they are angry. They warn because they are guides. And the leopard that walks in silence is not sleeping. If the story stirred something in your spirit, type in the comments. I will not laugh at what is sacred. Share this with someone who needs a reminder to move with respect, not recklessness. And don't forget to follow Ifa Wisdom Tales for more wisdom stories inspired by ancient proverbs and Odù. YouTube, Ifa Wisdom Tales. Instagram, TikTok and Facebook at Ifa Wisdom Tales. Email ifawisdomtales@gmail.com. Until next time, walk with humility, listen with your ori, and never mock the path your spirit may one day need to walk. Ashe.